Among the themes were infanticide, incest, supernatural revenge, demonic pacts, and spiritual trials. In The Robber Bridegroom, a young girl discovers a den of cannibals who plan to murder her. In The Juniper Tree, a stepmother kills her stepson, cooks him, and feeds him to his father. A talking bird emerges from the boy's grave to sing of the crime and exact vengeance. In Fitcher's Bird, a clear Bluebeard variant, a girl discovers a room filled with dismembered women. These stories weren't moral lessons. They were raw transmissions of trauma, transformation, and survival. They were not safe. What began as an archive of magical horror became, by the final edition in 1857, a sanitized collection of children's tales filled with passive heroines, redemptive marriages, and Christian virtue. Wilhelm Grimm, in particular, took the lead in rewriting. He inserted pious language, softened violent scenes, and removed references to sex or taboo. Rapunzel, originally impregnated by the prince, was rewritten so that her pregnancy was implied or erased entirely. Hansel and Gretel's parents, originally the biological mother and father, were changed so the abandonment could be blamed on a stepmother. Snow White's brutal ending, where the queen is forced to dance in burning iron shoes until she dies, was softened or removed. Witches were made more caricature than cosmic threat. Spells were decontextualized. Sacred objects became decorative props. One of the most extreme transformations occurred with Cinderella. In the original Grimm version, there is no fairy godmother. The magic comes from the girl's dead mother, who sends her gifts from the grave through a wishing tree. This is ancestor magic. Ritual devotion. The slippers aren't glass, they're gold, symbolizing divine identity. The stepsisters mutilate their feet to fit into the shoes. One cuts off her heel, the other her toes, and birds cry out the truth. In the final reckoning, those same birds peck out their eyes. Justice is brutal, and it's spiritual. But the later version, especially the Disney adaptation, erases the grave, the mutilation, and the divine punishment. The story becomes one of patience rewarded and magic granted by external help. The heroine becomes passive. The symbolism becomes cute. When sacred stories are stripped of their core laws, when enchanted objects are turned into props, when trials become pageantry, and when darkness is denied, the story becomes a lie. Not because it's fiction, but because it misrepresents the function of transformation.